All right, crew, welcome back into the channel. Excited to jam with you guys today. We've been posting a lot of content on building, growing agencies, but really, we haven't gone to the point of like starting your agency. So kind of like that 0 to 10K per month. And we're bringing back, if you guys have been following us for a while now, we did something called the Agency Therapy Stream Board. We're bringing that back. It got kind of messed up. We made it a public board that you could go and get access to. We're bringing that back, but it's going to be a little bit more controlled so people can't move things around and essentially ruin the board. So we brought it back this time, and we're going to start from the very essentials, very basics, getting started with your agency. We're talking 0 to 10K per month with agencies. And the whole idea behind getting started with your agency is really finding the skill set and then finding the niche second. Now, with the niche side, niche can be a little bit dangerous from time to time, only because people that are entering into the agency space for the first time, they haven't had a ton of experience. And if you guys don't have a ton of experience and you're looking to start an agency, sometimes you can have a very big learning curve, and sometimes it can be really painful for you to start an agency. So I will say, before even thinking about starting an agency, it might be a better route, and this is what I did, is actually go work for another agency, right? And so when it comes to like building your skill sets, if you don't have a ton of skill sets yet, don't just go start an agency. Build a little bit of that skill set first, and then go ahead and jump into building your own agency, because you're going to limit the learning curve. You're going to make money while you're doing it, and then it allows you to kind of learn from established businesses already. So first little tip and trick, go work for someone first, okay? But if you are going to jump into it and you're starting from that 0 to 10K per month, well, where should we focus down? Well, I want to give you this example real fast of the focus niche versus lots of different niches and services, okay? And this is an example that I got from the book Essentialism, where it talks about if you have a focused idea or a focused position or focused niche that you're going to dive into, then you're going to make a lot more progress versus kind of having that idea fairy and having lots of different services and niches and being so spread thin and trying to launch a bunch of different things at one time. And you make a little bit of progress in a bunch of different directions. But the whole idea of building any type of business is that we keep it simplistic and rhythmic. And if you've been following me for a long enough time, you've probably heard me say simplistic and rhythmic about 100 different times by this point. But the whole idea here is that we make a lot of progress in one direction with one specific type of agency. So that's what we're going to be jumping into today. And when we go to build out our niche, there's a couple different things to consider, okay? And this is what we call our niche shell here, okay? We have a big circle, and then inside the circle, we have some Venn diagrams. Love me some Venn diagrams, okay? And on the left Venn diagram here, we have, what am I known for, okay? Now, what I'm known for and what I'm best at and what do I actually enjoy. This is what is going to start to form our niche shell. Now, I like to use like video creation or content creation as something that I am known for, right? We can create lots of videos, we can do the editing, we can do the production for it, and it's like people know that I can do these things, okay? That's a really good starting point, because chances are some of your first clients are gonna come from your network first, and then from there, it's going to expand out into more of a cold audience. But usually, the first couple clients that we land are coming from a warm audience. So if you're wanting a quick route to landing your first couple clients, chances are you need to pick something that you are already known for, because people believe that you can deliver on the results of whatever offer that you're going to be setting up, okay? So that's one thing. So make a list of things that you're known for. From there, what am I best at, okay? So kind of goes hand in hand here. What am I known for? What am I best at, okay? Sometimes what you're best at isn't always what you're known for, okay? At the end of the day, like, a lot of people come to us for lead generation. It's not the thing that I am best at, like operational infrastructure, building out the operations of a business. That's what I'm specifically really great at. Do we know lead generation? Yeah, absolutely. Is it my best skill that I have? No, absolutely not. So what are the things that you're actually best at? And then what are the things that you enjoy, right? Because here's the thing, guys, is like, I'm really great at operations, but I don't really like making SOPs full time. Like, we don't have a SOP creation business that we just run the whole time. Because why? I don't really enjoy just creating SOPs, but I enjoy operational frameworks. I like the ability to tie systems together, getting onboarding into the fulfillment process. Like those are things that I actually enjoy. I enjoy making content like this where I can lay out diagrams and be able to show you guys the visualization. Those are things that I actually enjoy. So when you can morph all of these things together, what I'm known for, what I'm best at, and what I actually enjoy, you start to form a skill set pod of things that are going to be valuable to other people. And that's the whole idea there, is that we want to make them valuable for other people. So once we kind of figure out that skill set side, then we move over into, well, who do I enjoy working with? What unique problems can I solve? And who do I know that I could solve this problem for? Now, this is the right side of the diagram. And this is going to be kind of moving into what we call like the prospect side. Okay. And the whole idea of the prospect side is to figure out kind of the problems, who you're going to serve, and, you know, hey, what problems, if we solve these, get us paid a lot of money. Okay. So what specific areas can you fill in here on this side of the Venn diagram? And then the last part here, what can you cut and refine from that niche cell? So when we're building this out, there's probably some things, some outliers that don't really make sense inside of this niche cell. Pull out those things, right? And separate them from the things that you feel would kind of start to mold and define what your offering will be. And if you guys develop a strong niche shell, you have a really good starting foundation for what your agency is going to be building. And you guys, like, this isn't the fun work. This is the boring work, the foundational work that people tend to skip over. And then what happens is they're all of a sudden doing all of these services. They're doing a bunch of different projects across a bunch of different niches. And what happens is they kind of get into this mode of like, well, I'm just going to take on projects and I'm not going to do a very good job with them. And it makes it really hard to keep clients around. And one thing that we see with agencies all the time is that they have poor service delivery, but they become really good at convincing clients that they can do a specific project or specific service for them. So we don't want to be exiting a bunch of clients out while we're signing clients in. We need to be able to retain clients. That's what builds a sustainable business. So this niche shell really creates the foundation of creating the best service possible with the skill sets that you already have, and kind of keeps you zoned in. So once again, we can go make a lot of progress in one direction versus making a small amount of progress in a bunch of different directions. So after we have that, I have a little worksheet for you guys. This is what I call the skill set assessment. And it'll kind of take you through and ask you a couple questions. You guys can find this download in the description in the YouTube video, but the skill and expertise section will be really helpful for you guys, the experience and the value proposition. This is what is going to help us start forming a little bit of our niche shell a little bit further and define it even more. And then this is going to be the kind of the foundations for starting to set up your first offering. So make sure you guys go through this. It's foundational. If you do not have any revenue coming in, like, this is where you start. Okay, I know a lot of people would say, hey, like, go start just like landing clients. Yeah, you could do that. But I think it's important to kind of figure out what value you can bring into the marketplace, because people buy value. They're not going to buy, you know, specific skill sets. Okay. Now, moving over into the zone of genius bubble here. Okay. This is the last part that I'm going to show you guys on this video today, which is going to be kind of creating this zone of genius. And for this, it was like, hey, like, what part of that value proposition over here inside of the niche shell can we then transfer into a zone of genius? And so how this starts to form is that we have certain services, and for us, like, this might be a creative service that we start running, but it's, you know, post-production editing. Maybe you have a really good ability to edit video for clients. Okay, maybe it's copywriting and scripting inside of there as well. Like, hey, like, you write some pretty good copy, and you can script really good videos for your clients. And then scheduling and posting, I don't know if that's actually a skill set, but hey, maybe you're really organized and you're really good at making sure that when you create content, it actually gets posted. You'd be very surprised how many people create content and don't actually post it. And then a subset, sometimes we'll have subsets of like video production. Hey, maybe you're great at the video editing side, but you're also great at the video production side as well. And maybe it's not the strongest part of your creative service, but at some point it might make sense to bring that in to the zone of genius, or potentially we hire a contractor once we start to establish a little bit more revenue, and we can actually take on the video production side of the creative service as well. So start thinking of like your zone of genius. Hey, what certain things can I offer that have a high amount of value for our client that we can eventually charge for? So we're going to start developing that zone of genius as well. But the homework from this specific video, guys, is going through this skill set self-assessment. If you are kind of in that $0 range and you're like wanting to get started in the agency space, well, this is a really good place to get started, start to build the foundation of your business. And I'm going to be posting a few more videos here specifically on the foundational pieces of the video. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. Comment if you have questions, and I'll make sure I get back to the questions as well. But start developing that niche shell and start developing the foundations of your agency, and it'll go a lot smoother if you're paying attention to those things. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.